Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm reacting to what is the difference between devotion and belief, Sadhguru. Devotion is the thing about, I don't know how to explain it, but belief to me is blind. Devotion can be blind too. That's devotion? Well, devotion can be blind. Belief is blind. Maybe not completely, I don't know. Belief tends to be more blind, I suppose, than devotion. I'll put it that way, because there's certain things that I believe, but I don't know it to be absolutely true, so there are some facts to it. But it's devotion and belief tends to be more of the religious, which belief, in my opinion, tends to be more blind, where belief in things existing or not existing, or true or not true, is a bit different. So in terms of like religion, belief, in my opinion, is a little bit more blind than devotion. Let's see what Sadhguru has to say.
This question is from Arundhati. Namaskaram Sadhguru. You were speaking against belief system yesterday, but someone who believes in a particular God may have a wonderful experience of life because of that belief. How is this any different from someone experiencing life wonderfully because of a deity created as a yantra?
Yantra. I don't know what a yantra is.
So because you believe something, when you believe something, it brings you lot of confidence. That's the reason why we believe. Well, we started with believing God. These days it's become fashionable to say, I believe in myself. I don't know what that means. How can you believe in yourself? No, I believe in myself. All you're trying to do is confidence-boosting exercise.
Yeah, I guess that
Confidence is a dangerous damn thing. Most stupid things in the world are done because somebody is confident without any clarity about it.
I was gonna say that earlier, but I figured he'd bring it up. But yes, I love this quote from Sadhguru, confidence without clarity.
Most idiotic and disastrous things are done by people who have confidence without clarity. And they're usually believers. Either they believe in that or this or that or something. Essentially, belief means you're fundamentally dishonest. You're not willing to see, I do not know. Well, somebody believes and their life is wonderful, their life may be wonderful because they're devoted to something. It may be a deity, it may be the temple. Usually devotees are not really doing much with the deity. They're sweeping the temple, they're cleaning the temple, they're washing this and that, they're washing vessels in the temple, and it all feels wonderful because they're devoted. It is like, someone has a child, little baby, oh, they're so devoted to this little child.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, devoting yourself to your children is very rewarding, even though it is quite the task, people say.
Everything is beautiful, changing the diaper is beautiful, wiping the shit is beautiful, everything is beautiful. Yes, it is. Not because shit is beautiful, simply because you're devoted. That's why everything is feeling beautiful.
I will say, from what I hear, you must be very devoted to change diapers, especially if you've done number 2.
That is the nature of devotion. Whether it's a child, or a temple, or a god, or a deity, or a tree, it doesn't matter what. If you are devoted, your devotion will make everything beautiful because devotion is the sweetest emotion you can nurture within yourself. When your emotion is so sweet, what does it matter? You ate well, you did not eat well, you slept well, you did not sleep well, nothing matters. Everything is beautiful. This is the power of devotion. So with belief system, if you're trying to build devotion, fine, but devotion is just one step. There is no need to create another intermediate step because that intermediate step can be hugely misleading. When you believe, you become right, others become wrong. A devotee never thinks like that. A devotee is never right. He knows he doesn't know a damn thing, but he just knows I'm devoted, that's all. And that is the power of devotion, that you transcend all the limitations of your own logic simply with the power of devotion, and life becomes extraordinarily beautiful. It is not that you know a thing, you may not know a thing, but it doesn't matter, because the power of devotion is beyond the power of knowledge. It is. So that is not coming from your belief system, that is because your heart has melted for something. Doesn't matter what it is. It may be a child, it may be a husband, it may be a wife, it may be a tree, it may be a cause, it may be anything. But you're devoted to something. And it is best that you devote yourself to something which doesn't change much shape and form. See, you just got married, you were very devoted, but after 3 days…
Sadhguru's
Because what you devoted yourself to and this creature are two different things. So that is why it is best to devote yourself to a deity unchanging. Yes, it's a fantastic tool, I'm not making a joke out of it. It's a fantastic tool because it fixes one significant dimension of who you are, that is your emotion. People think they are intellectual, they are not. They're largely emotional. Emotional means they may not be dripping with love, they're angry, they're anxious, they're agitated, this is all emotion. Emotion gone bad. If you just become devoted, all these things are gone, just sweetness of your heart all the time.
That's kind of strange. I guess maybe throughout my life, devotion has always been part of the religious section of my life. So anytime you hear devotion, it's always usually religious related. And this term, he's not using devotion in terms of religion, it's just dedicating yourself to something, dedication. So perhaps in Western, or just my experience, let me just say it that way, that dedication is more used as opposed to devotion, because devotion has, I guess, kind of like spirit, and how spirit is used for Atman. Spirit in the Western world just has such a heavy meaning in religion that, you know, Atman and spirit are not the same thing. Well, perhaps they maybe are, but they mean different things. So I guess the difference between dedication and belief perhaps might be… but then again, devotion does in fact mean what he's saying. It's just that I guess in the Western world it has a bit of a meaning of belief, the religion beliefs as well.
So devotion has that power. Do not misunderstand devotion to believing something. Believing something means you made up something in your mind and make it like a reality.
I was pointing to myself because I confused devotion with belief.
No, that's not devotion. That leads to fanatism. What is the difference? There is a big difference. One happens in your head, another happens in the level of your emotion. One is made up in the thought process, another is not made up in the thought process, it's just the way you feel. It need not be right, it need not be wrong. Devotees don't care whether something is right or wrong, all they know is they are devoted. This gives them a sense of freedom and lets them fly over all the bad terrain in their life. Yes, they don't touch any aberrations, they just fly over everything, simply because the sweetness of emotion has the power to do this. And even today, though people think and claim that they are very intellectual, still emotion is the strongest dimension in most human beings. Maybe it's not finding expression, it's gotten constipated in expression, but inside, it's roiling them all the time. They are not experiencing sense of absolute love towards everything, but they're angry towards everything, they're anxious about everything, they're tense about everything. These are all emotions.
Oh, that's bright. Alright, the difference between devotion and belief. So again, my upbringing has kind of pointed devotion and belief in the same way. Like how I explained how belief, in my opinion, is a little bit more of belief. How do I say? What I said at the very beginning is a little bit lacking of facts or truth behind it, whereas devotion was not so much. But after Sadhguru talked about it again, because that's the upbringing has kind of taught me devotion. At least the word devotion has been used in mostly a religious sense. So now devotion is being just another word is dedication to something, dedicated to your craft work, your child, your home, your work, your life, your whatever. Dedication. I guess devotion and dedication can be kind of the same thing. I didn't look up the word definition, so I'm pretty sure there are some similarities to it, if not pretty similar. And devotion and belief probably don't have that much, but in the context of what I remember when growing up, was devotion was pretty closely tied to religion, and that's the reason why I kind of saw them as kind of the same. Well, anyways, that's my reaction to what's the difference between devotion and belief. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.